I'm so excited to talk to you today about the most important assets you have. So let's not waste any time, let's get started. One of the most difficult things to do is to set up your schedule and set up your calendar. The major objection so many people say is it takes too much time to set up a calendar and maintain. I'd rather just go ahead and live life and not worry about a calendar. But remember, your calendar is your aquarium. It's the place where you're going to put in your big rocks first. And so we've got to decide what a big rock is for you. My wife helped me determine my big rocks or priorities when she insisted that I make sure I spent my time on important things. We had just had our first child, and I've been incredibly busy in my law practice, serving at church, serving the community, and then finally running for a school board seat. All my time was spent doing things that conflicted with spending time with her and my daughter. She wanted me to take a second look at my priorities and make sure that I was getting the big rocks in on my calendar, mainly her and my daughter. Somehow, they got left out of my calendar. I'd put the water and the sand in the aquarium, but had forgotten about the big rocks, the priorities. So how do you determine what a big rock is? Or how do you define what a priority is for you? This is where I landed on the definition of a priority, and here it is. A priority is whatever only you can do. Let me give you an example. I enjoy mowing my yard. It's a great time to get away and think and get something done. However, am I the only one in the world that can mow my yard? Is there anyone out there that can and desires to mow my yard? Sure. There's a ton of people who would love to get paid to mow my yard. It's not something only I can do. Anybody can mow my yard for a price. Since there are so many people out there who might want to mow my yard, that is not considered a priority to me. It's not something only I can do. Anybody can do it. And since it's not a priority, it shouldn't get on my calendar or be put into my aquarium first. While I need to mow my yard, there's a higher priority that I have to get on my calendar first. I would consider mowing my yard to be the sand, but it's certainly not a big rock. How about my relationship with God? Can anybody else do this for me? Or am I the only person? That's an easy answer. Only me. In that case, it's a priority. It's a big rock that needs to be on my calendar. How about my relationship with my wife? Can anybody have a relationship with her and it benefit me? Am I the only one who can be her husband? I think the answer is pretty easy. Yes. And if that's the case, then she is a priority. How about my kids? Can anybody be my kids' father? Can they do as good as I can? No. In that case, it should be on my schedule. What about my health? Can anybody run 10 miles and it benefit me? Can anybody do this instead of me? No. In that case, it's a priority. And finally, my job. Can anybody do my job in place of me? I don't want them to. And as a result, it ought to be a priority and be on my schedule. So we've defined what a big rock is, or a priority. And we've got to determine our big rocks. And I would encourage you to do the same, because those big rocks need to be in your aquarium or your calendar. But it takes time and it's laborious. All these priorities and constantly writing on our schedule, how do we make it simple so you actually do it? I hope your schedule is packed by the time we get done, as my schedule is each and every day. And I hope you have time to be a time miser and a time czar. So let me give you a couple hints and tricks on how to do this and make it easy for yourself. If you use Microsoft Outlook, that's fine, but any calendar program will work. And I'd encourage you to set this up on your calendar and then have it feed into your phone or download the app so you can actually use it on your phone each and every day. Let me show you a place you need to go in Outlook. Take a look at the left-hand corner with the red circle, and that's where you're going to put a new appointment on your calendar. Click on that button, and you'll get a response box that will show up. This is what the response box looks like. This helps you put the appointment, put your big rock, put your priority in your schedule first. And as a matter of fact, you have another tool to the right called recurring or reoccurrence, and you have another button at the top that says recurrence. Click on either of those and you'll see what I'm talking about. The appointment reoccurrence is the way to make this easy for you. And this box shows up, and you will see on the left side and at the bottom how you can actually put your priorities in. They can show up each and every week, every day, every month, every year. And just be sure that either you denote it as a time that's going to end or that there's no end date. If that happens and you have no end date, then it repeats forever. Once you've done this, you set your priorities in your schedule for the rest of your life. And hopefully, you don't have to go back and repeat this work again and again and again. This is a placeholder and allows you to be told each and every day what you need to do. By doing this, it ensures that whatever you open up your schedule each and every day, your priorities will have the highest priority in your calendar. They're already going to take up your blocks of time, and you don't have to continually write them down or type them in each and every day. This is easy. Now look up towards the top and to the right. You'll see categories, a categories button. Click on this, and what pops up is a color category. These color categories will be helpful to you if you're a visual person. You may want to customize your colors as you place these appointments in your calendar so that you can see and visually identify your priorities when you look at your calendar. It allows you to quickly see during the week whether or not you're getting your priorities done. So, if you'll take some time and set up your schedule, putting in your priorities and making them recurring events, you'll be able to manage your most important asset, your time. I hope you will value yourself and your time to invest in your priorities, protecting them from intrusion from items that are not a priority, and keeping them from taking the place of your priorities.